What up, your Tim is here. Now, the company Paramount Pictures looks like they're going to have a really cool year in 2024. So here are the Paramount Pictures of the Paramount films of 2024 that is set to be released. All right. Now, the first Paramount film set to be released in the year 2024, we got Mean Girls, which of course comes out next week. I'm excited for this. I thought the trailers looked pretty fun. I like the cast list, like Renee Rapp. That girl could sing up a storm. The other cast looks good. Is this gonna be as good as the original? Obviously not. The original will always stand the test of time, but I feel like this is just like a new thing, and hopefully with a new generation. So hopefully, it'll be good. But we'll see. All right, now coming out in February, this of course comes to Paramount Plus because Paramount Plus hates original anime film. Like seems like Paramount just hates original animated stuff. It's The Tiger's Apprentice. Granted, it's based on a book, but I don't think anyone even heard of the book. It's about a young boy in San Francisco meets a talking tiger named Mr. Hugh and discovers he's the latest in the long line of guardians to protect an ancient phoenix from evil doers. And I thought the trailer for this looks pretty cool. It's a shame that how Paramount's trained their some of their animation stuff. Like they are releasing like IP contests like Paw Patrol 3 that also will get a direct release. The next SpongeBob film, Avatar, The Last Airbender, The Smurfs. They're mostly like releasing more well-known IP in theirs, but some ones that are not well-known, like The Tiger's Apprentice. They just did that with Under the Boardwalk. They're just dumping that stuff to streaming, which okay, cool. I'm now surprised they did not release Baby Shark in there. It's like that thing could have been $1 billion. Like, could anybody imagine them releasing that Baby Shark movie in theaters? I could imagine that thing doing massive. It would have made more than Black Adam and Aquaman put together. I'm telling you that right now. Can you imagine Baby Shark versus Aquaman in the box office? That would have been December's Barbenheimer. But anyway, all right. Now, also coming out in February, we got Bob Marley, One Love. Of course, this is a biopic about famed reggaeton singer Bob Marley. And I've always liked Bob Marley's music. And Kingsley Benadire, I think he's a really terrific actor. He's having an act for playing real life people nowadays. He portrayed Barack Obama, he's portrayed Malcolm X, and now he's playing Bob Marley. Sort of reminds me a little bit of Chadwick Boseman in a way. Because remember before Chadwick Boseman passed, and outside of like his the MCU, Chadwick Boseman always had the act of playing real life persons. He played like Jackie Robinson, James Brown, Durga Marshall. So I feel like Kingsley Benadire is definitely getting a bit of the Chadwick Boseman career there at playing real life people. But I think he's going. He does look great as Bob Marley. He really looks a lot like Bob Marley here, and Bob Marley's estate's in this. I'm glad that the music is being featured because I always say that if you don't have the music, like if you don't have the rights for biopic music, don't do it because I'm sorry, just music biopics I feel always works when you use like the music from the artist and like they tried doing that Jimi Hendrix biopic with Andre 3000 with because they didn't have like the rights to his music and all. That was so terrible in my opinion. So hopefully this one will be good, but we'll see. I mean, it does have the guy from King Richard attached as director, so that could be interesting. All right. Also out, we of course have the John Krasinski film F. Now this stars Ryan Reynolds along with a great cast that includes like Steve Carell. You also have Christopher Maloney. Now here's what's about: a young girl discovers the ability to see people's imaginary friends who have been abandoned by the kids they helped. And the trailer for this, that dropped a couple of weeks ago, looks really cute. Looks really interesting. Seeing John Krasinski go from a quiet place to a family-friendly film like this, talk about turnaround right there. So, yeah, I don't know, it could be interesting to check out. Now, speaking of John Krasinski, we also got coming in June. We got A Quiet Place Day One. Granted, John Krasinski is not directing this, But of course, we do got the director of Peg Attach, Lupita Nyong'o's in this. Who else is in this? Oh yeah, Alex Wolff, the guy from Stranger Things, Joseph Quinn. So we got some cool cast members involved here, and it does it does sound like it could be an interesting prequel. It's set to take place in New York City of all things. So the one place that's way too loud, because of course a quiet place you cannot make a sound and all. It's a little hard to do that in New York City. So as someone who lives in New York City, I can tell you it's hard to do anything quiet place related here. So yeah. Anyway, all right. Now coming in September, we got Transformers One coming out. Of course, a prequel to the Transformers films. With of course, it's supposed to be anime, which I think that could be interesting. We are supposed to have Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime, Scott Johansson, John Hamm, Keegan Michael Key. I mean, maybe this will do as good as let's say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did just recent. Maybe it could be like the Transformers of Spider-Man of Into the Spider-Verse, maybe. So yeah, of course we've had the last time we've had a Diagro Transformers anime film was all the way back in the 1980s. So more Transformers animation could be interesting to check out. All right, coming in October, we got Smile 2. Now, this is supposed to have Naomi Scott, which I love Naomi Scott. The first Smile, which was supposed to be a Paramount Plus original, went from Paramount Plus to a theatrical release. So, yeah, I'm definitely really intrigued to see where they're going to take this one, too. The first Smile was a massive success. Very much better than had any intentions being. I thought that was going to be a really generic, terrible horror film, but it turned out to be terrific. So hopefully the sequel will be as good. Now in November we got Gladiator 2, which is supposed to be about Maximum Son here. Joseph Quinn is also in this. Dang, the guy. I forgot his name. Hold on. The guy from Afterburn, I think it's. Oh, After Sun. Paul Mescal. Why did I freeze up on Paul Mescal's name? He's of course in this. You got Denzel Washington. Of course the original Gladiator is so iconic, so unique. Won an Oscar for Best Picture. Won tons of Oscars really. So is this good? Will this be as good as the original Gladiator? Definitely not. Now this is being directed by Ridley Scott, who stumbled with Napoleon, so hopefully this will bring him back to glory, but we'll see. All right, also in December, we got Sonic the Hedgehog 3 coming out, which I'm, of course, really excited for. Fingers crossed, we find out this month who's going to be Shadow. Come on, it comes out December. We got to know who's going to, I don't know which casting update I'm more excited for. Who's going to be voicing Shadow or who's going to be in the new Fantastic Four, you know? But of course, the first two Sonic movies were a lot of fun. I cannot wait to see where they're going to take this new one to. We're also getting the Knuckles series, which I'm excited for as well. So, going to get a lot of Sonic this year. So, it could be cool. Now, we also got other stuff coming out and we do got Beverly Hills Cop Action Foley, which despite going to Netflix, is a Paramount film is distributed by Paramount. So it'll be cool if Paramount gives us like a DAC release, and it could if they could pull like an Apple where Paramount Pictures gives Beverly Hills Cop Action Foley a full on DAC release, then it goes to Netflix down the line. I would love for them to do what they did with Kills the Fire Moon, like what Apple did, but I don't think that's what's gonna happen. Netflix is not as cool as Apple is, but we'll see. All right. Now we also got another horror film coming out this year, which this has been in the pipeline, it seems like forever. It's a movie called Apartment 7A. Now, this stars Julie Garner, who's really hot right now thanks to stuff like Ozark. She's been some other cool stuff here and there. She was just in the Royal Hotel, which was great in. Now, the film is centered around a young dancer who rents a home from an elderly couple. Now, the thing about this movie, Apartment 7A, there's no confirmation or anything, but there is rumors that that's been going around that this could be a secret Rosemary's Baby film. Like somehow a prequel to Rosemary's Baby. How are they going to do a prequel to Rosemary's Baby? It's beyond me. But the original Rosemary Baby is iconic. Maybe a little awkward. Watch it now, thanks to Roman Polanski. But take Roman Polanski's stuff aside. The original Rosemary's Baby is great. Mia Farrow is great in that. I believe John Cassavetes was in that film too, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm actually intrigued to see a new Rosemary's Baby take here, if that's what this movie actually ends up being. But we'll see. All right. Uh, Now we also got another comedy coming out this year, which I'm not could come out this year. Who knows? This was, of course, in my top 100 anticipated films of the year. We got a movie titled Dear Santa. It's directed by Bobby Farrelly, who, of course, is the co-director of the Farrelly Brothers, who did like Dumb and Dumber. He last directed the Woody Harrelson movie Champions, which was pretty good. And now this stars Jack Black along with Keegan Michael Key, PJ Bryan, Brian Howard. Now it's about a young boy who accidentally mixes up his spelling and sends his Christmas list to Satan instead of Santa Claus. So we of course seen that in the horror space, like the Sci-Fi Network did a movie about that. So now I guess this is going to be more in the comedy realm. Could be cool. Jack Black doing another film featuring Satan, of course, following Tenacious D. Is it going to be that same devil? Who knows? But I mean, will we see Dave Crow playing the role? Remember, he played the devil in Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny. That would be cool to see. But I feel like this is going to be more of a unlike Tenacious D. This is going to be more of a kids film than anything. But we'll see. Now we also got a film coming to Paramount Plus. Now, obviously, we got the Thundermans film coming to Paramount Plus. We also got a movie titled Low Wings, which stars Brian Cox, Brooklyn Prince, Kelly Raleigh. It follows a 13-year-old girl who is dragged into the world of pigeon racing as she deals with her parents' divorce and the impending loss of her home. So that could be cool, I guess. This is directed by Dina Eslerolite, who also gave us Project Almanac, Power Rangers. So he's done some really cool stuff there too. Now, of course I said the Thundermans movie is coming out for any fans of the Thundermans film. Now there is obviously not movie itself. We do got like the South Park specials coming out. There is definitely going to be South Park specials coming out this month. Whether it's one special, two specials, who knows? They're killer when it comes to those specials. Come on. But yeah, lots of really cool stuff this year. Not anything to really go by, but hey, lots of really interesting stuff to look forward to from Paramount. Let me ask you guys, what are some of your anticipated films of 2024 from Paramount? Are you excited for Bob Marley, Transformers 1, Gladiator 2, Mean Girls? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy Zion.